What's going on, guys? Vega here from SerpentX Special Forces. Just chilling today. Got the day off, relaxing. What's up, Zai? Chris Norby? No, I have not. Question that he has here is, do you ever have an SSD die on you for no reason while setting up a mining rig? I have not. I had SSDs die on me because of the amount of, most SSDs have a maximum write potential, and once it hits that quota, like if you've been using it for years and years and years, it will just not work. It will be sluggish. Usually it goes to a certain cap and then just doesn't do anything else. I've seen those become a potential issue, but not like fresh new SSD. We plug it in to set up our Hive OS or Windows and it just die. No, I have not. The SU635 is the one I like. Let me pull it up real quick on Amazon. Actually, I haven't had any issues with a number of them, but let's pull up 2.5. The SU635 right here. 240 gig, $28.99. And the capacity that we need is gone up. We used to get away with 120 gigs, but now I would recommend a 200 gig or even higher than that, because depending on if you have an 8 GPU rig with X amount of GPUs, your virtual memory or page file size is going to have to be a lot bigger nowadays. But yeah, so the ADATA SU635 is really good. PMYC CS900. Yeah, these type of ones. I've even had a Wish hard drive just be crap on me. But enough about that. So in today's video, what I'm doing is we have my Acer Predator Helios 300. Actually, let me turn on the bedroom light. This live stream might be encapsulated or part of my actual summary video that I plan on doing. But this laptop has, you can see all my greasy handprints, and that's the bad thing about this type of aluminum or material, is it maintains all of that greasy handprint. Let me make sure the focus is good real quick, bear with me. Alright, I just want to lock it so that way it's not getting too crazy. But yeah, this thing takes my fingerprints like there's no tomorrow. This laptop is very easy to tear down. I love it. But we used liquid metal on it. Forgive any bumps or noise that you might hear through the microphone. The microphone's on the table in which we're working, so my apologies. But yeah, I'm going to just be chilling here, chatting, and then use some of the content from this video in my summary video. So got some thermal pads here. So I got a whole bag of mixed thermal pads that we're gonna probably call upon. The G-Lid 3mm thermal pads, which is more for the GPUs, and then some minus pad 8 from Thermal Grizzly as well, 3mm. Or 2.5, excuse me. But I had to order a bunch of those because you guys were buying it all up. And with the 3000 series, we definitely need these GPUs in order to keep them nice and cool. Yeah, in honor of Bitwit, I'm not sure if you guys paid attention to him, his channel and Paul Hardware, but he's going through some personal stuff, and I, in honor of Bitwit, wanted to represent him. What's up, Chump Change, Chancoin? Yeah, so I don't often take off of work, but when I do, I try to make more content if possible. Good news is I have the 3060 on the way. It should be here later on tonight, but I won't be able to live stream. I probably won't be able to live stream tonight. It depends on wife, right? So got to make sure my wife is happy. Chump Change knows all about that. But if anything, I might do a live stream tomorrow. But this Acer Predator is super easy to tear down. I love it. Got these 3 back here, 3 in the middle, 4 up front. Easily access everything. Heat sink, heat pipes, memory, NVMe or SSD, M.2 slots, everything. Very easily accessible. The reason we're doing this, and I'll bring it up on screen here in just a second, is in Florida where I'm at, you know, the temperatures are warming up again. This liquid metal has been on here, or at least on the GPU and CPU die, for about a year. And I can see, even in my house, with an internal ambient temperature of 78 degrees Fahrenheit, because I try to save money, you know, running at 78 degrees Fahrenheit with 2 mining rigs, 24/7 mining is a little bit, it can make your AC run a lot, okay? So I try to save money where I can, rather than, whoops, well, there's one screw gone. Let me bring up the temperatures real quick, and I'll show you. By the way, I did a really, I want you guys, because I've been seeing a lot of it pick up, I did a video, top 5 ways to protect your crypto. The basics in that video will cover pretty much everything in your life, not just crypto. I would recommend watching it. It's not getting as much views because not a lot of people care about it, or as far as the social SEO, search engine optimization, goes, it's not a hot topic, but it's something that I'm seeing trending, and I want you guys to make sure that you're being cautious and protective of your personal identity, information, and privacy. So check that out when you get a chance, please. But I've been catching people impersonating my channel now, and I'm only 6,300 subscribers, so I don't understand why people will waste their time trying to impersonate me, but they are. So just FYI, let me get the phone off of the desk so it doesn't make the mic move. And let me pull up something for you real quick. Alright. So these temps here that you're seeing on screen, if I get out of your way, and I'll answer any questions in just a sec, bear with me. So these temps here that you're seeing are after WoW. So I'm playing World of Warcraft for whatever amount of time, daily, stuff like that. And you can see that we got the core hitting temperatures of 99 degrees Celsius. Core 4 and Core 2 have been hitting 99 degrees Celsius. Now the average is stable, 81, 82, 84. But it's the average is based off of what you see there. The idle, 35, 38, 36, 35, 35, 33. And then the average and over time. So it takes just the average between the idle and the current temperature. So we got a min and we got a max. This is not good. On average in game, I'm hitting in the upper 80s. On the next slide here, what I was looking at was the average core clock, and even though I'm supposed to have a 4 megahertz or 4 gigahertz all core overclock, I'm only averaging about 3.4. So I know this CPU is thermal throttling. The GPU is fine, but the GPU is on the same heatsink as the CPU, or at least it has the same shared heat pipes, so it's limiting the CPU. This is one of the reasons why in my "Can you mine on a laptop" video I mentioned don't use your CPU, especially if it's Intel, because the Intel CPUs get really hot and can limit your GPU. So this is about a week of use. Alright, so a week of use, average temps, what the peaks were, stuff like that. So gaming, doing random stuff, and it's getting way too hot. So anyways, let me bring you guys back. We're gonna tear it down and reapply some good thermal paste. So I got that good the Cryonaut Extreme, really expensive thermal paste. I don't recommend buying it. It's $100 for this thing, but regular Cryonaut will do. The tube of Cryonaut will do perfectly fine in this application. Another thing that I need to do is check the memory thermal pads. We don't have memory sensors on this laptop, which pisses me off, but whatever. Anyways, Doge Lord. I don't want to take off work, but when I do, I make content. Need to make that into a shirt. Nice. Yeah, I did like that shirt. Alright, so watch this. Really easy. It's going to make a real loud pop. Any headphone users, please be aware. But real easy to take this thing apart, right? So you flat surface. You have the back side facing you. That's it. You literally push up on the vents. Alright, so you got your thumb here, and you're pushing up. Very simple. Little plastic housing. I already done a video on this Acer, but you know, little rubber pads to hold everything, NVMe, hard drive, all that stuff, and then there's all your components, very easily accessed. So SSD, memory modules, fans, and you can see the heat pipes are pretty thick. You can see these fans are actually dirty as hell. I'll share a trick with you if you guys haven't been on the channel. I'll share a trick with you and show you what I did. You know, somebody made a comment the other day about my baldness. Okay, that's a receding hairline. I'm sorry that I'm old. I'm not as young and chipper as everybody, but I think everybody in the crypto community is around the same age. At least, you know, like Bits Be Trippin', myself, maybe Voss is a little bit younger. Son of a Tech, I know, is in my same age group. Red Panda, Savage Mine, Chris Anderson or Doge Lord, Crypto and Hot Rods, DCA Venture as a whole. Yeah, you guys are all in my age bracket, so I don't know what these young whippersnappers are talking about. Yeah, that's right, I called y'all that. Let me go get my toothbrush. But yeah, I've been getting a lot of angry people on my channel lately. Partly because of all the GPUs that they're not able to get, which is not really my fault, because I'm having to fight just like they are to even get these GPUs. Literally, all I'm doing is entering discords that promote stock, and yeah, we're gonna have to blow this all out. We'll worry about that in a little bit because I don't want to put a bunch of dust everywhere. But yeah, I'm just entering the Newegg Shuffle and getting stock drops. You guys are going to be a part of my summary video, by the way. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. As you can see, we have the bottom cover off now. We have access to all the components that we need to, primarily the heatsink screws. A few, they're all numbered here for the GPU and CPU. We need to take those off to gain access to the CPU die and the GPU die. I've done a full video on this particular laptop. I have it linked in the description below. But let me go ahead and continue to tear this down. Yeah, I'm using my phone, not my GoPro today, but it's all good. Alright. So how's everybody doing today? Oh, I got the same hairline. Feels bad, man. Hey, man. Can't get rid of it. I've been trying to use Keeps. I need to do better than with that, but come to find out, it could be actually your shampoo that's the problem. The more you know. Alright, so what did I do last time? I'm trying to think here. So I want to start with the fans first. I'm going to have to disconnect the Wi-Fi. We're going to have to flip it up. Yeah, okay. I upgraded the Wi-Fi too. So this Wi-Fi card is actually a Wi-Fi 6 when this laptop didn't come with it. Pretty sweet, man. Oh no, the whole thing came up with it. I don't want the whole thing to come up. There you go. Okay, gotta pull that back, gotta pull that back. Alright, let's start with the fans. If memory serves me well. But yeah, man, chilling. Not really doing too much today. Gotta go pick up my son here in a little bit from school. My other boys, one's still doing school. I disconnect the fan headers. There's two of them. One is doing virtual school, continuing on after COVID, and the other is actually going to a brick and mortar school. Okay. That's good. Gotta be careful with these little SMDs. Do not want to break anything. You know what? Come here. Come here. Yo. Nike. There we go. Put that over that. Okay. Pull that off. Be very careful. Need to pull this off. That's the monitor connection right there. Okay, now I'll be able to flip. Need to pull this off. I'll do that after. Okay, there's actually numbers on here. Which one should I focus on? There you go. So there's actually numbers on these screws. For the order they should be tightened and the order that they should be released. So I'm going to go with 7 first. There's 4. Technically, there's 4 on each, but the ones that are numbered, there's 3 for the GPU. And I like to loosen them, not come all the way up, but just loosen them a little bit. 4. 3. Gotta be careful with these not to strip them. Once you strip them, you're SOL. 2. 1. My country supported by right to repair. So not your country might not be, and I understand that could be a little bit of an inconvenience because you may follow along in my videos and do some teardowns on GPUs and stuff like that, but then your country not supported. I think that's BS, but I can't help your country's legislation. If I were to say RMA this and Acer be like, well, you did this and this, I would actually fight them on it. Now, if it was something I did, then I'd just take the L, but if it was a component failure, then maybe not so much. Case of NOS on you. Thank you so much, Chump Change. Appreciate it, man. That's what's up. Cheers. Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, Crypto Mikel. Or morning. Is it still, yeah, still 11 o'clock where you're at. I got some sushi that me and my boy are going to have for lunch too. It's going to be a good day. I don't get to relax often. And just chill. This is me chilling, by the way. When I'm off work, I'm working. But that's just the way I am. I don't know. I try to keep making content for the channel because I want to see it grow and flourish. But I just like put that there. I just like making content that might help some people. Like the video that I did on the Apple MacBook Pro. I think it was a 2015 model. My uncle's laptop, where an Apple repair technician tried to charge him $500, somewhere in that ballpark. Because when he powered it on, it would make the sound, but it wouldn't do anything else. Alright, this is the fun part. So some of these thermal pads are going to hold on tight. Got to be very careful, but we're going to be lifting. We're going to push the laptop towards the front of the desk here. And if I hit the mic, I'm sorry. I don't have a mic stand yet, but I plan on upgrading. Everything I do is going to be for the betterment of the channel, content, and quality. So you see how I'm just rotating this towards me? Just like that. You don't want to put too much tension. That's your monitor connection right here. Your Wi-Fi connection right there. And now look, we have access to the CPU and GPU. Liquid metal's gone. I can tell you right now, this did the same thing that it did on the 980 Ti. It's basically hardened. This is why it's not working. There is some few bits of liquid metal that I'm seeing here, but it's basically hardened. If you look at the memory modules, originally it was thermal paste or thermal putty. So this pink stuff right here was thermal putty, but I put cryonaut thermal paste just because I didn't have the right thickness of thermal pad. I would recommend thermal pads on it, but I didn't have the right thickness at that time. Hopefully I got the right one now. But yeah, we need to clean up this liquid metal. We need to apply some regular thermal paste, and yeah, we need to blow this sucker off. Alright, so let me get my rubbing alcohol, Q-tips, pads, all that. That's crazy how hard it's gotten. Dude, that is hard as hell. That is crazy. I guess most of it squeezed out. There's this one little bit that's still liquidy, but the CPU has none. So GPU die, CPU die, right there. And the CPU die, I'm telling you right now, nothing. Let me see if. So let's see if you can see that dust. Just it's like as if you touched your wheel rim and there was brake dust. That's it. So yeah, we need to clean that off and figure out a good way to get that scraped off safely and soundly. Bear with me 1 second. Yeah, this gaming chair, by the way, if you're wondering, this pillow that's on here is because in my gaming chair review of this particular product, I suffer from a condition called no ass at all. So this chair doesn't really have a lot of cushion on it. Oh yeah, this is not going to be easy to get off. This is not going to be easy to get off whatsoever. some of it's flaking. Yeah, I don't particularly recommend using liquid metal on a laptop. I just did it for testing purposes. Always use thermal paste if you possibly can. Yeah. I mean, there's some remnants of liquidy nature on the GPU side, but that CPU is done. The GPU die and the CPU die are good though. The liquid metal mostly stuck to... Oh, and I used, let me show you the nail polish that I use. Anytime I use liquid metal on any of my componentry, because we want to make sure that we're protecting everything. Let me peel this off. Want to make sure we're protecting our componentry. I put, I have a nail polish that I use. I need to get Q-tip. And so I protect all the little SMDs around here. Alright, chump change. Do what you need to, man. Do you, man. You're good. Alright. So I picked up some droplets, whatever remnants of liquid metal there was, because I didn't want it to fall in between on this cover. And I'll show you here in a second. So let's see if I could get a good shot of this. No. Alright, let's try this one. So you can see the little remnants of it. Alright. Put this little cover back on. Oh, let me record real quick. What's up, Curse Mining? Previously, I used a nail polish, which I'll have linked in the description below, to protect the SMDs around both the GPU and CPU to make sure that the liquid metal does not, overspill and make any type of connections, because that could be a problem. Also, you can see that the memory modules, instead of having thermal pads, I put thermal paste. Originally, the laptop came with thermal putty, not thermal pads. We're going to be replacing, or attempting to replace if I have the right size, the thermal paste for thermal pads, and then trying to put the Cryonaut Extreme on both the GPU and CPU. But you can see how it's kind of adhered to the cold plate or the heat sink, which is copper, and that's making a very rough surface. So we're gonna have to fix that. For those just joining, I'm going to make a summary video. So you don't have to hang out through the entire live stream, but if you do, I appreciate you. Alright, so how can I do this without and messing up stuff around. The bad thing about liquid metal is it scars the copper. Okay. It's a little bit better. Slick Rick Dastard. How you doing, bud? Afternoon, 2 Grand Man. We got some unique names in the space. I like it. So what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to take the high points off that it made when the liquid metal hardened. Because I'm not going to be able to get rid of this silvery area. And you can see just what it's doing. I have a problem with liquid metal. I use it a lot. Probably need to stop using it so much. But yeah, for mining, I do not recommend using it on your GPUs with the test that we did on the 980 Ti. And then for laptops, I certainly do not recommend it whatsoever. Doing crap. Hey, Pocket, how you doing? Oh man. Jeez. Just gotta keep going. The one bad thing about liquid metal. Doesn't come off as easily compared to everything else. Alright, let's see here. Nice. Yeah, man. Happy wife, happy life, man. They'll work with you. You just keep them happy. That's why I bought my girl Harry Potter tickets. So I got her tickets to go to Universal Studios. I'm not setting this precedence pocket. All right, I'm not trying to get chump change in trouble. But we live in Florida, so I bought her tickets for, what is it, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter and Universal. Yeah. So I got her that, and she's being a little bit nicer. The problem is I need time to record. I don't always have time to record, you know, obviously because the main setup is in our master bedroom. So you're basically asking me to kick my wife out of the bedroom so that way I can record content for you guys. Some of you appreciate, you know, the content and stuff like that. Some of you actually help out and support the channel, and I appreciate that. But, you know, a lot of the people that watch my videos that don't subscribe or don't join the membership page or anything like that don't understand the sacrifices that my wife and myself are making to make this content, and I really appreciate her. And that's the best thing that I can say as a whole. You gotta appreciate your partner, male or female, whoever your partner is. You gotta appreciate it. Make sacrifices for each other, even if it's an inconvenience. Yeah, until this COVID thing is a little bit more settled. It's still weird. I'm just ready for, you know, everybody was saying like 2020, you know, screw 2020, it's over, but unfortunately a lot of this crap that's happened in 2020 is still impacting us. You know, the government wouldn't have stepped in to help out with the silicon shortage if it wasn't the automotive market taking such a hit. But unfortunately, everybody's taking a hit right now. All markets are taking a hit. All right, watch your ears. Music coming in 3, 2. Can you guys hear me just fine still over the music? I'm just playing some music so that way when it's some downtime and I'm working, I don't lose you guys. I don't expect a lot of people watching during the live stream, but you know, are you not entertained? Gladiator is one of my favorite movies too. Not trying to copy Ray Lewis or anything, but it is one of my favorite. Our wives have to put up with us, Mikkel. Our wives have to put up with us. My boys are good. My boys are good. One of my oldest has got his own YouTube channel, but he just focuses on gaming and stuff like that. Young kid, still learning the ropes. I'm learning with him. We're experiencing it together. So, but my wife could care less about YouTube. She just respects me, so she lets me deal with it. But yeah, our wives are definitely the MVP. I can agree with that. Okay, that's smooth. Let's get this CPU side. And then I gotta summarize what I'm actually doing for the summary video. Oh, but on behalf of Chump Change, Pocket Change, thank you. Thank you for putting up with him and allowing him the opportunity to record content. Appreciate that. Okay, I will definitely do that. Got rid of some of it. No worries. Anybody into cars? I plan on possibly upgrading the ECU in my Acura. I mean, it's not a fast car, but she's definitely got some oomph to her. But I plan on upgrading the ECU possibly soon. Possibly. We'll see. Again, the two hobbies that my wife puts up with, of course, are the two most expensive hobbies. And I know this video is monetized, so I got to be careful what I say, but one of my many arguments of why I chose the two most expensive hobbies is, well, it's better than strippers and COKE. You know, here in Florida, a lot of people fall into this system. I'm sure you guys are not new to the news that's in Florida as far as being a using illicit drugs and stuff like that. I'm all for the legalization and support of certain substances. Particularly, I'm not going to say it, but you know which one I'm talking about. That's more popular throughout the world. But the other hardcore stuff, I do not condone. You know, we were all dumb and had fun once, but the point being is that's a more expensive hobby, in my personal opinion, that leads to more tragedy than cars and computers. So I'm going to stick to my cars and computers. That's an addiction I'd rather have. Hardware addiction. Okay, alright. You trying to get a FC RX-7? Mikkel, don't post it. Don't tell me about it. I will kill you. Let's see, where do I have it? And no, I won't, YouTube. I'm sorry. I did not say that out loud. I love Mikkel. Crypto Mikkel's my friend. I was joking. Do not shadow ban me. Yo, did you hear about Hardware Unboxed getting shadow banned, by the way? So Red Panda got shadow banned not too long ago, and then Hardware Unboxed, which is a lot bigger channel, gets shadow. What the heck's going on? This is crazy. Anyways, here's my baby. This is why I said it. Here's my baby. Right there. FD RX-7 single turbo, upgraded to twins, Greddy. Well, it was a Greddy turbo, Greddy intercooler, Tau wastegate, Apex-E management. But besides that, obviously stock body, stock everything. So it was, you know, the RX-7 in my mind was ahead of its time as far as the body styling, because a lot of the new cars are going for that now. But yeah, that was my baby. And then I had this guy, my drift car, S13, which is a 240SX with a SR20 swap, little drift car. And now these cars and chassis are really hard to get, super hard to get. But here's my baby now. Old man's car. Old man's car. But it boogies. It gets down. I'm not too shy with it. 6-speed, not an automatic. A lot of TLs are automatic. But no, that's a 6-speed fun little car. Cold my kids. I could have my AC on and my seat warmers while racing you. It's alright. But a lot of people take the J32s out of those cars and put it in like Honda hatches or some type of lighter car. The J32s, at least the premise and foundation of the V6 in the Acura, is based off of the NSX, by the way. Obviously, the NSX has better cam, profile, tuning, all that stuff, but it's basically very similar. Alright, let me put this back on. And I'll check chat in just a sec. Trying to get this a little bit better, because that was overlapping the memory modules a little bit. I don't know why they have to have that protective guard, but they do. Alright, so what do we got? What do we got? Let's go back to YouTube. 14 viewers, that's not too bad. I'm surprised you guys are actually hanging out with me. Cool. Cheers to the hardware addiction. Yep, thumbs up, brother. Oh man. Uh-oh, Chancoin. FD needs a wide body. I like the Remamia kit. Alright, so I'm going to put, let's see here. Let's figure out the thermal pad situation before I put on thermal paste. Alright, get ready for this. Too much. Alright, so got some, I'm going to make sure the quality, you guys can see me, is alright. So got a mixture of, like, I think that's 1 mil, 1.5 mil on this side, 2.5 mil on this side, another 1 mil, the crappy thermal pads from Gigabyte that came with the RTX 3080, excuse me. Alright, so we don't need every single thing that's in this package. I kept the thermal pads off the Gigabyte card just in case it does come in handy somewhere else. You know, like a friend hits me up, they're having thermal throttling. You know, it's not a 3080 and it can handle it, so I could use something like that. Okay. So we need to figure out what would work out of all this. This is the regular Thermo Grizzly Cryonaut tube. We may use that on the memory modules again. So let's see if these thermal pads will fit. You can use thermal paste on memory modules. Just make sure it's non-conductive thermal paste. But I'm wondering if I can just leave it the way it is. Would it be fine? It could be. I may just do that. Because what it is these have raised edges. Where the memory sits on, it's raised edges. I don't know why these three are copper and that one is, I guess, nickel plated copper. But yeah. Imagine if I still have my RX 7, man. It'd probably be worth 50 thou right now. I wouldn't sell it. I want to get one again, but they're 22,000, 17,000, way too much right now. Hey, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. I understand. I'm gonna go ahead and show it. Crypto Mikkel, my boy, says F the rotary. I completely understand, my friend. So let me tell you a story I had. So we usually meet up at a place called Sonic sometime here in Jacksonville, Florida. And we would roll out to spots. Well, one night, and this is way back when I was young and dumb compared to now, which I'm a little bit more, you know, controlled about my actions. We were rolling out, you know, people were getting on it, right? Getting on the highway and merging from the main 295 to 95, and we were gone, man. I mean, this is before Need for Speed. This is before Fast and the Furious. Like, we were doing this before that came out. And, you know, I was getting on it. And my boy was in his M3. And it was a fast M3. My buddy was in his GTS Eclipse. And we were just gone. Obviously, being safe. You know, I don't condone, you know, blowing by a mom in her minivan with 4 kids in it. No. But, you know, there was a semi truck on the far left where they shouldn't be. You know, we all went around and stuff. But as I came around, you know, pulling on everybody because they took off, and then I started to get on it. I looked down at the gauge and I just watched the temperature gauges getting hot. It's like, no. So, you know, I start to let off, relax, and bring it back down, and that temperature gauge just gets more and more pegged. What happened was the apex seals went on it, and that's one of the most infamous things with the RX 7s is, and compared to the technology or the componentry of the past, the RX 7 rotary motor, apex seals have made advancements, the material they make it out of and stuff like that. So I mean, you still have to rebuild the motor, or I would still recommend rebuilding the motor every 75,000 miles. But you could make it last a little bit longer. I've seen rotaries last up to 100,000 miles with no problem. But you know, that Dorito spinning around in there, those seals that are rubbing against the outer edge are gonna go bad, and that's what happened. So apex seals went. We made a bridge between exhaust and intake, and boom, boom, boom. I think it was the E92. I forgot which one. But I rebuilt the motor and then I sold it. Because it was too expensive for a young and idiot kid like myself. You know, we all talk about the past and wish we did things differently, and I wish that's one thing that got away. It's my Eleanor. The 93 FD, or basically any FD rotary, is my Eleanor. Gone in 60 Seconds Eleanor. That's my girl that I love, but she hates me. So I think these thermal pads might work, but I am not sure. Alright, let's try something here. I don't know how I can see it from the side though. If it can make sufficient contact or what. See, that's 0.5, so that's actually smaller. So 0.5, 0.5, 1, 1, 2.5, 2.5. Yeah, I think I might just go with some, going back to thermal paste. The unfortunate thing is I can't see the actual memory temperatures, unfortunately. So I'm scraping off the original thermal paste. And it's actually still good. It's actually still pretty good, but yeah, we're gonna probably just put a new coat on there. I hate to waste it, but put a new coat on there. Maybe clean it off and put a thermal pad on and see what happens. Let's just leave that to the side. We could probably use that if necessary as an emergency. Alright, let's get these memory modules cleaned up. E30 or nothing. I like you, man. I like you. I have to find a picture of it somewhere. I don't have it. We had some good races, man. Me and him, he was my buddy, but we got down, man. Even when I was in my 240, we got down. Cause the reason I went 240 is cause he had a 240 after his BMW. He was swapping cars though, like there's some car guys out there that like swap cars like there's no tomorrow. You know, like they change shoes. He's not that bad. He actually has now. His wife owns a. I think it's actually what Chico was saying. I think it is an E30. So it's a white E30, and then he, has his daily whatever. And then he has an FC RX-7 as well. I can see this is Micron memory on this laptop. No. So, gotta be careful with what I say. Yes and no. I'm trying to think if I can say it. Let's just say no. It's been a very close situation where I had something very similar to that. And I got a Saturn out of it. I got a cord, a carbureted Accord, and a Saturn out of it. You gotta think, this is like I said, before Fast and Furious and all that stuff. Late 90s, early 2000s. No, early 2000s, not the late 90s. Yeah, like 2001, 2002. Actually, if you were watching the DCA stream with Bisbee Trippin and Micah and stuff like that, I was in Mexico during that meeting, but I was paying attention to the meeting more than anything. My friends were just like, "What are you doing?" I'm listening, man. I'm listening. Very important stuff going on. Alright, I'm gonna get in y'all's way. Just FYI. Sorry if my head's in the way. Sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Is that going to make sufficient contact? So it feels like 1 mil might be the best bet, to be honest. Because 1 mil is a little bit more pliable. So let's see here. Do I have enough to go around is the question. 1, 2, 1, 2. It won't cover the whole surface area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it won't cover the whole surface area, but it will be close. I want to use the big one. Yeah, we're gonna go for it. We're gonna go for it. We're gonna go for it. How long have we been streaming? 1 hour. Alright, I need a double time. What's up, Crypto Shape? Let me go get my X-Acto knife. Actually, shoot. My friend took my X-Acto knife. Alright, hang on. this off to the side. Okay, so I need even pieces. So let's say 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, let's go for it. Crap, I rubbed off the line. It's alright. Good memory. Not exactly the straightest, but it will get the job done, yeah? It's alright, it's alright. It's okay, it doesn't have to be super perfect. Just enough to get the heat away from the memory modules. Okay. So let's see here. Take off the clear. Ooh, this is sticky icky. Here's some sticky ticky. Okay. Okay, the outermost will probably be the most heated, so we're gonna go. Or the innermost will probably be the most heated, that's what I meant to say. Son of a biscuit. Come here. Stay tuned to the channel, because we're going to have the 3060 soon. I'm going to do some testing live, and then a summary video if you can hear me. I see the chat popping. I see the chat popping. Hang on, guys. Hang on, amigos. Probably gonna have to put a thick layer of thermal paste, because I'm gonna have to push these mofos out the way. Alright, what's going on? Pocket, what's up? Everybody saying what's up? C32, Future Classic, trust me. Talking Z's? Z's? I love me some Z's. Bob Slammick, get on there. Jesus. Alright. I should be close enough for government work. Let's see here. Stay. Fan's falling off this thing. Why are you being stubborn, bro? You were never this stubborn online. Get inside that joint, please. okay. Yeah, that should make much better contact across the board. Alright, we're about ready for me to add thermal paste, but before I do, as I said, you guys are part of my little summary video. Let me go ahead and record that real quick. Currently, I have sanded and prepped the heat sinks or cold plate. It's unfortunate, but liquid metal is going to stain the heat sink or cold plate, so you're not going to see that true copper again, but it is flat and smooth, even though you know, it doesn't look to be any copper coming through. So it would still get the job done. I went ahead and replaced the thermal paste with thermal pads. Right now I'm using 1mm. I did have 0.5, but it looked like 0.5 wasn't making significant contact or sufficient contact to these raised heat sinks for the memory modules, and you could see the original thermal putty was pink. Obviously there's nothing pressing down on it because it goes in this area right here. But we're going to add the thermal paste to the GPU and CPU die and put everything back together and compare how temps are. I'm just a normal dude. That's all I am. I'm just a normal guy, guys. Just a normal guy. Likes hardware. Okay. So, yep, we need to do thermal paste. This is why I always have nails, because when I don't and I need them, Jesus, that was annoying. Come on. Sorry if you're looking at my head. I'm so sorry. I know that's boring. Especially when I'm not as sexy as Mind Your Biz. That was a joke. I love Seth. Good guy. We all are weird in our own special way. Oh, you guys haven't even seen me be weird. Usually I'm more like conservative in my videos. Pocket change and chump change. Are you guys weird together? Like, are there moments in your private life where you two look at each other and you're just like, wow, we're so weird together? Is there moments like that in your life with you and your wife? Just look at each other and just laugh. Like, why are we so weird? Nobody knows though. Nobody knows, because they don't see that side of you. That's only for you and your wife, or you and your significant partner, whatever it may be. Do not judge. It's all about being happy. Come on, bro. Thank you. Killing me, Smalls. Killing me. Alright, what's going on? We got 17 people watching? Wow, this is so boring. Why are you guys watching me? Don't watch me. Let me clean off my putty knife real quick. Where is my paper towel? at my putty. Nah. All right, what are y'all saying? Anything cool? Still talking about cars? First car was a LHD Z32. Ooh. Damn, it's getting toasty in here. Oh, fair lady. Fair lady. You have my heart. I seen a really cool one. So underneath this particular panel right here, you would have like the air intake, right? And then it would route up. Dude, there was a watch a 13. Have you watched a 1320 video? Chico, the 1320 video where the Z32 was like going against like some serious muscle out in Mexico. Pretty good. You gotta check it out. Just turn on the AC because it's getting hot in here. Alright, let's get this putty on, get this thing closed up so I can get out of y'all's way so you can go enjoy your day. That's about 25 cents right there. Oh, this is going to be hard with shaking hands. Don't mind me just watching. Alright. New to the channel. This mining laptop build. Boston Mike. This is, a year ago, I replaced the stock thermal paste with liquid metal. And after a year, the CPU, all of the liquid metal dried up. On the GPU, it mostly dried up except for like the top corner. So I'm replacing it with normal thermal paste. In that video that I did on the Acer Predator, when I did add liquid metal, yes, we saw a significant improvement as far as thermals. But it's not something I recommended, and I said that in the video. So this is just showing a case study of why I recommend not using liquid metal on a laptop over long-term times. Because you're supposed to replace liquid metal anyways, but for somebody that doesn't feel like doing it every year, I wouldn't recommend it. So I'm just replacing the thermal paste, and originally I had thermal paste on the memory modules as well because I didn't have the right size thermal pads, because originally it comes with thermal putty. But now I'm just replacing that as well with thermal pads. Boston, are you still in here? Is Boston still in here? I just want to introduce myself if he's new. Yeah, okay, so Boston, my channel primarily focuses around my channel primarily focuses around tech. I do, just forewarning, I do crypto content as well, crypto mining, but I'm just a normal guy at home. I'm not buying all of your GPUs or hardware, and I just share my data, right? So my information on new GPUs, stuff like that. But I like teardowns, I like overclocking. I compete on Hardware Bot, where we overclock and compete with each other, trying to get the best score. So I'm just a normal tech guy. I am in Gamers Nexus Discord. Bear with me. I'll check chat in just a second. Boston, thank you for checking out the channel. I will have a summary video in the future, just FYI. That should be thick enough because I had to build up the layers a little bit. And I'll make it completely flat, because just in case the thickness of the 1mm pad is too much. I need the 1mm pads if they are too thick to squish out, but I also need the thermal paste and the heat sinks to make significant contact. I could just wind up having to do this all over again, but if I get this right first rip, I won't have to replace the thermal paste or pads ever again on this laptop. So that's what I'm going for here. Oh, thanks, Boston. Please do. Alright, let's record summary here. And there's the thermal application. A little bit messy. Had to build it up a little bit based on the height. It's kind of hard to see, but based on the height of the thermal pads. Because I was concerned that the thermal pads may add too much height to where now we're not making contact with the heatsink for the GPU die and CPU die. So let's see if I'm wrong or right and get this thing together as I mentioned before and see how thermals are. Clean off this dust down here at the bottom. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, you need to go back over here. Yeah, if Acer took apart this laptop, they'd be like, dude, what did you do? What did you do, man? Like, bro, your thermal design was not adequate for what I wanted to do. I use this laptop all the time, by the way. So I use it to edit the content that you see on this channel, and it does a really good job. I edit over the network, and it's done a fantabulous job, just FYI. It's just, when it's encoding, it's getting a little toasty, that's all. It's just getting a little toasty. Alright. We are seated. We are seated. Let's see what happens. Ho ho, Nori SS with the $5. Thank you, good sir. Or wait. I've been bad about this. Pocket's already carrying me for it. I just need to use like certain words. Thank you, bud. Thank you. Yeah, alright. Curse Mining, have a good one, bud. Now that one I know. But Nori SS, thank you very much. Waterblock 3090s. Ooh. Where's Crypto and Hot Rods? Crypto Mikkel. Is that something that Nemesis is thinking of doing? So I still think that you'll be able to attain or achieve the same hash rate or similar hash rate to what it's getting. It's just the memory thermals are going to be so much better. So let's say $120. We could probably see closer to the 130 mark, right? Dang it, I put those on too early. Let me double check something real quick. Hang on, let me plug this in. Thank you, Nori. Thank you very much. Let me plug these in real quick and we're going to check something for you. Okay, 1, 2. Alright, let's check something. Oh yeah, I was looking at the Z32. Alright, so let's see if my post comes up. Oh, you Bob slam at you. Stop with the ads. Hey, Nori, there you are again. I think we were thermal throttling on this one, but 110. Some people got 121, so I'm going to speculate and say it might be closer to like 128, 130 if we were able to get a water block on it. Is Crypto Mikhail, do you know if Nemesis is planning on doing that at all? That would be very interesting to see. Matter of fact, is he available right now? Is he talking? Is he live or anything? Because you know I don't like overlapping my bros. But that would be very, very, very interesting to see what Nori's talking about here with getting a water block 3090 to see how the hash rate performs. What's up, Seth? Mind your biz. How you doing, bud? Yeah, I'm off today, so I'm chilling. Just chilling. Trying to improve thermals on my laptop because it's getting warm here in Florida. Click, 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 click. Alright, everything's plugged back in. Alright, let's screw it down. Let's screw it down. Yeah, I'm a vape for my screwdriver like an idiot. Oh, you do have a what? You Nori, are you teasing me? Are you teasing me? Is this your idea of fun? You're gonna ask me a question that you already have the answer to, sir, ma'am? You sexy son of a bitch, you. You made me curse. I don't curse on my streams. Damn it, Nori. Check above comment. EK is waiting for EK to release a front and back water block. Wait a second. Nuh-uh. No, sir. Hang on a second. I seen these. RTX 3090 water block. That's the Founders Edition. Which one do you have, Nori? Which one do you... Oh, you got the Strix. Okay. So that would be a reference, right? Yeah, it should be this. Notify when available. It should be out already. But he has an EVGA 3090. Does it fit? Does this block fit? Because it may not fit his card, which is why Crypto Mikhail is saying he's waiting, Nori. What? Where's the... It usually tells you like what GPUs it supports. Okay. You are not helping me. Is this is it compatible? Okay, here we go. All right, so Asus, it just doesn't tell me. EVGA. See, there's no EVGA on here, Nori. Yeah, EK. Yeah, EK for the win, for the win 3. I have the Strix and the FE water blocks from Bits Power. So what's the hash rate you're getting? Seth, I see that comment. Could be a new trend. Vape pens that look like Doctor Who's sonic screwdriver. Wow. Okay. Let's try it again. Nori, what's the hash rate you're getting? So you're asking me to speculate on something you might have the keys to, man. And I say that is a unisex option, just saying. What are you getting? What are you getting? I'm over here looking at chat like I'm looking at you, but you're right there. What are you getting? I want to know. My PC isn't finished, so I don't know. I was just asking. Yeah, I think with the, if you can keep those memory, now that hardware info, which it kind of sucks, right? So I most of my videos, recently, well, I say recently, but like towards the end of last year on the 3080, right? Like, you know, how it's good for gaming but not for mining, and stuff like that, and all the trials and tribulations I had to go through to even fix it or to get it running well. Memory thermals is a big issue with these GPUs. So if you can keep those memory thermals significantly low, you'll be set, man. You'll be set for real. So what I would do is open up hardware info, because you might be the one to enlighten the community, which I am so down for, and let us know what you get. If you want to do me a favor, I'll post it in let me pull it up real quick. I'll post it in live chat, Nori. Save it and add it to your favorites. But let me look up something here real quick. Okay. So when you get a chance and you get done testing, this is like the very beginning where me and Nemesis or Crypto and Hot Rods were testing. So the hash rates may not be like actual now, because you got to think when these 3090s and 3080s came out, some of the miners needed to be updated. The devs needed to update kernels or optimize and stuff like that. So what the numbers that are on there now may actually be better in today's terms. But when you do get this build done, go to the bottom of that Reddit post and put your model, your make, and tell us what you're seeing. I would love to see that. You know, hit me up on Twitter, maybe tag me, take a picture at SerpentXSF and show us, man. I would love that. I would love that. So I think with the memory thermals being, you know, sub 60 degrees, 65, you're looking at 128 to 130 mega hash, possibly. Now it's going to really depend on, like, even though you may have a water block, depending on the silicon lottery, your GPU memory may only clock so high. So you're just going to have to be mindful of that. So I'm going to go into order that's numbered on this particular heatsink, and I'm just gonna not go all the way down, but just get a little bit of resistance, and just tighten and torque everything down. With laptops, especially these little retention screws, we don't need to go too ham. Just you feel a little bit of resistance, get off, and then properly torque it down. I have a feeling for it. Between working with cars and GPUs, you can feel it. Like I'm twisting right now, I can feel it. So let me bring you back over here. So like if you watch my hand, right? I'm only using 2 fingers, and that's it right there. You can just feel it. You start to get a sense of these things. Okay, you don't want your screwdriver to spin either. You gotta make sure you're using the right tip. What I'm really concerned about is the GPU side of things, because these thermal pads, let me look at them real quick. Now, these thermal pads are making significant contact. I just hope that the GPU die is making the thermal paste is making significant contact as well. I guess we'll find out when we start her up. If not, I'll do it off stream and fix it, but keep an eye out for my summary video on this. I appreciate everybody chilling and hanging out. I know it was only 10 to 15 to 17 of you, but I really appreciate it. Just going through, double checking everything, making sure, because as you tighten certain screws, you'll feel it start to allow you to tighten the other ones just a little bit more. Alright, so I still need this. I don't know why I'm doing that. Let me put my thermal pads up. Check chat. The sweet spot. That's right. That is right. You gotta find that sweet spot. And it's the same, that goes with everything, right? So you gotta find the sweet spot for mining. The balance between hash rate and efficiency. Power draw. The sweet spot and torquing down your bolts or screws or whatever it is, whether it's a car or not. Well, obviously if you're building a motor, you're going to be using a torque wrench, a proper torque wrench. But you can pretty much get it there by hand and then get close to it after the fact. Alright, so that should be pretty much everything done. Let's go ahead and tighten this up. This is a really good test of my network, because if you guys remember when we were doing that EIP discussion, the post cat herders discussion, not the most recent one with Micah and stuff like that. Micah, Mind Your Biz, Seth, Crypto Mikkel, Brian or Nemesis. I was on there, but I wasn't streaming. But the post cat herders one, for some reason, my stream connectivity was just dropping bad, and I don't know why. I have good hardware. There's a video coming out soon on what I built. It's not going to be me building it step by step, because literally I'm using the same case. The only difference is I swapped out the motherboard and CPU. What I swapped it out for, you have to stay tuned. I think I already mentioned it before, but just keep an eye on the channel. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. I greatly appreciate your support. All your support actually goes to me being able to do videos such as this, buy new hardware, maybe do teardowns, take a look at the hardware, test and tune, the whole 9 yards. But my channel, as much as I produce crypto content, is not just about crypto. It's just a space that I strongly believe in. As far as the cryptocurrency itself being the people's money. That's just my belief. Me and Seth are big on privacy. As the people, cryptocurrency should be in our hands and control, not the 1% / government. But I'm not trying to get on the government's radar or anything like that. I'm just saying, you already control so much of people's lives. Why do you got to control every single aspect of it? I would recommend reporting, as I mentioned before, in a past live stream, reporting your finances, including your cryptocurrency, to the IRS. If you choose not to, that's up to you. But just be careful, as this is at the beginning stages. And sometimes they tend to get a little bit panicky and make things worse than rather than bettors. But this is still new, even though it's still it's kind of going mainstream. It's still new. It's still in its infancy. So we'll have to see how crypto goes. I do have a video coming out too of my current portfolio. I'm not a financial specialist or advisor, but I just wanted to share with you guys and girls, or wonderful ladies, what my current crypto portfolio is looking like. You don't get anything specific, just get a nice little pie chart and some information, but you have to stay tuned to the channel for that. For anybody that's joined the membership, you guys are rock stars. I appreciate you. Everybody else that's not joined but still comes to the live streams and helps out, I really appreciate that as well. We support one another. We go to each other's live streams, check each other out, share data with each other, and I want to keep this community strong. Keep talking to each other, keep providing constructive criticism. Seth's put me in my place more than once, and I respect him for that. You know, I like to be checked. If you can teach me something and provide it to me in a constructive way, I'm all for it. And as soon as you start coming off, you know, popping off the mouth sideways, I tend to black out or like not listen as much. But if you're respectful about it, I'm all for it. So yeah, I appreciate everything you guys do. So we just got to power this guy on and see what happens. Let's put this over here a little bit. All right, watch your ears. That's the. I hope I didn't get anybody's ears with that, but that was the opening logo. Let's see here. So far, so good. Boot it right up. All right. Let's take a look. I'm opening hardware info right now. Battery sustained. So during the boot up process, which is still going on, we spiked at 54 on Core 0. $48, $49, $50, $47. Idle right now. $39, $42, $48, $43. You gotta think, like even with liquid metal, it didn't really cool this laptop too much. Because there's only so much surface area that the heat pipes can actually hold on to and dissipate. We do have vents on the sides, left and right, and then here on the back. And then I can increase the fan speed by using the Acer Predator tool, which is a built-in application. It's gonna hit your ears, so be careful. But I have Cool Boost on, which I like to leave it on and leave it on auto, but I could max out the fans. And that brought the temps down. 38, 39. Alright, what the real test is going to be is what are the temps during gaming and encoding and stuff like that. Let's see here. So yeah, so idle temps are about the same. Idle temps are about the same. What's really going to matter is what is the peak temps. It sucks that we have no way of seeing what the memory temperatures are in hardware info. Even though they added it for the 3000 series, they haven't added it for the laptop here. I can only see the GPU core temperature. That's it. That's all I can see. GPU power, GPU memory clock. And I can overclock this GPU. It's a 1660 Ti. I can overclock it. The GPU is fine. It's stout. It's the core. And the GPU died during boot up, by the way, was 3839C. So it's in the same respect as far as idle temp. So it's really going to be is what happens during encoding, what happens during playing WoW, and what happens, you know, with everything else. So I'm going to do some testing on this over the next couple days, and then I'll get my summary video together. If you haven't noticed, my videos actually come out a lot later than when I actually record them. That's because I'm super busy. Yeah, even though I'm off, I still got a lot of things to do as a husband, father, and full-time employee. Help out my colleagues at work and stuff like that, even when I'm off. But as some of you guys may know, even when you're off, you're not really off. But yeah, I'm going to try to get some content out for you guys. Just be prepared that if I record it today, it may not come out for 2 weeks, so on and so forth. But I do have some good stuff lined up. And I do want to do a live stream tomorrow, possibly, hopefully with the 3060 in the system, using a laptop to stream it, which is why I did this today. Because if I'm streaming, right, if I'm capturing my desktop with this laptop and streaming live, I need a good solid connection. I need good thermals, the whole 9 yards. So let me double check, run over this whole system, and we'll go from there. But I really love this laptop. All NVMe storage, so I don't have to worry about moving it, because with a platter hard drive on a laptop and you try to move it, you're going to wind up breaking stuff. So that's going to do it for me today. Any last minute questions before I get out of here? Yeah, so Shika, the thermal paste that I used was Thermal Grizzly Extreme. You don't need to. You can just use Cryonaut, because again, the most limiting factor of the laptop is the heat sinks, the overall size of the heat sinks, as much as they can absorb the heat pipes. That's really the limiting factor on this laptop. Obviously, we lifted it up and put a H212 Cooler Master CPU heatsink on it. It'd probably be a lot better, but that's not what laptops are designed for. So yeah. I used Cryonaut Extreme, which is a $100 bottle of this stuff. Too expensive. I don't recommend it. Just use regular Thermal Grizzly Cryonaut. I stick by Cryonaut, the regular thermal paste tube, because that is one of the best non-conductive, thermally efficient thermal paste. Now I know we can have this argument with Icy Diamond and this and that, but that is the best. And then as far as thermal pads, the best that I found, which are getting super expensive because you guys keep buying it ever since my 3080 videos, is the G-Lid GP Extreme 3mm thermal pad. We use these mostly with the RTX 3000 series or the RX 6700 or 6800. 6700 is coming out soon too, by the way. But 6800, 5700 XT, 5700. But I also have the Thermal Grizzly minus pad 8. G-Lid is a little bit more thermally efficient, but they're both good thermal pads. And really, if you're putting this in the back of your GPU, what it boils down to again is how much the backplate can actually soak and how much of that heat can be dissipated by your fans blowing across that backplate. Having a really good thermal pad is one thing, but if that thermal pad is doing its job so effectively and it's heating up that backplate, but that backplate gets super, super hot like the 3080 on the Gigabyte card was doing, and it can only dissipate or absorb so much heat, it's not really helping us. So what I had to do on a 3080 was take the thermal pads, the G-Lid, put that on the front to try to soak that heat into the actual heat sink of the GPU, replacing the crappy Gigabyte one, the white oily crap, and that made it a lot more efficient. So now we're drawing that heat from the GDDR6 modules out and towards the actual heat sink that has a decent surface area compared to the backplate, as well as 3 fans on the front to dissipate that heat. So Chris Norby basically put a handle on the desktop equals laptop. Put a handle on the desktop equals laptop. take it with you. I would love to build a mini ATX build, but not gonna do it right now. I already spent enough money between 2020 and 2021. I'm just trying to play my cards safe, keep it cool, and go from there. But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. Do me a favor, hit the like button on the way out. Subscribe for more content like this. For those of you who have stuck with me almost 2 hours on this, I appreciate you. And for those of you watching in the future, please consider joining down below in the membership area, or just subscribing and stay up to date on the channel. I really appreciate you guys hanging out, and I will see you around. Stay tuned for 3060 live testing coming at you soon. If not later on tonight, tomorrow. So subscribe to stay up to date, hit that notification bell, and I will catch you guys later. Take care. I do have a cooling pad, by the way, Sheikah. I do have one. For my laptop. It's not the best fans in the world, but I do have one. And I do recommend using it for a laptop. 100% agree with you. Cooling pads push air into the back of the laptop, and then you can dissipate. Last question answered. Sorry. Take care, guys.